December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. The surprise attack on Pearl Harbor caught the United States off guard, leading to devastating losses. More than 2,400 Americans perished, and the Pacific Fleet suffered catastrophic damage. But could such an attack happen again? And if so, how can America prevent it? What would happen if China commenced hostilities in the Indo-Pacific as part of a plan to capture Taiwan? How would the Air Force ensure that its air bases and aircraft don't fall prey to Chinese missiles and suicide drones? In this video, we explore the strategies the U.S. military is implementing to ensure history never repeats itself. Pearl Harbor taught the United States several harsh lessons. Complacency, lack of intelligence sharing, and an over-reliance on concentrated military assets left the nation vulnerable. Today, with rising geopolitical tensions in the Indo-Pacific and the increasing sophistication of modern threats, the U.S. must remain vigilant against potential adversaries. One of the most revolutionary strategies being implemented today is Agile Combat Employment, or ACE. The idea behind ACE is simple but powerful. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Instead of relying on massive, centralized air bases that could be targeted in a surprise attack, ACE emphasizes mobility, flexibility, and dispersion. Under ACE, U.S. forces train to rapidly deploy aircraft, personnel, and equipment across multiple locations, including austere airstrips in remote areas. This makes it significantly harder for adversaries to conduct a decisive first strike. If a major airbase like Andersen Air Force Base in Guam were to come under attack, the Air Force could quickly reposition assets to alternative locations across the Pacific, ensuring operational continuity. ACE also integrates decentralized command structures, allowing field commanders to make real-time decisions without waiting for orders from Washington. This adaptability ensures that even if primary communication hubs are disrupted, frontline units can still operate effectively. Another critical aspect of America's strategy is the Forward Arming and Refueling Point, or FARP. A major weakness of any air force is its dependence on large, well-established refueling infrastructure. If an adversary takes out those key assets, fighter jets and bombers can be rendered useless. That's where FARP comes in. These are temporary refueling and rearming sites set up in remote locations, often using minimal infrastructure. They allow aircraft to refuel and rearm closer to the battlefield, extending their range and combat effectiveness. The ability to set up and tear down a FARP within hours gives U.S. forces an unparalleled advantage in combat scenarios. FARP sites are designed to be unpredictable, moving constantly to avoid detection. They also reduce reliance on vulnerable fixed fuel depots and allow U.S. aircraft to continue operations even if primary bases are compromised. In a conflict scenario, the ability to quickly set up a refueling point on a remote island or an abandoned airstrip could mean the difference between victory and defeat. By combining Agile Combat Employment with forward arming and refueling points, the U.S. military is building a robust, decentralized force that is highly resilient to surprise attacks. This strategy ensures that U.S. air power is never fully grounded, even in the face of an overwhelming initial strike. ACE and FARP are particularly relevant in the Indo-Pacific, where the vast oceanic expanse creates logistical challenges. Through partnerships with regional allies, the U.S. thus can maintain a network of dispersed operational sites, further complicating enemy attack plan. During the recent exercise Beverly PAC 25-1, airmen from the 8th Fighter Wing tested their ACE capabilities by rapidly deploying to a simulated forward location at Gwangju Air Base, Republic of Korea. We are exercising our dispersal capabilities by taking a small detachment from our main operating base and moving them here for a short period to execute contingency, Air Force Lieutenant Charles Burns said in a press release. For example, in the event of a near-peer clash with China in the Indo-Pacific over Taiwan, the Chinese military would very likely commence hostilities with long-range fires attacks against U.S. air and naval bases in the region. The goal would be to suppress a U.S. military reaction and allow Chinese amphibious forces to land on and capture Taiwan. However, it would be much harder, if not impossible, for the Chinese military to target U.S. air and naval assets if they had dispersed prior to a first strike. In such a scenario, the value of ACE and FARP quickly becomes evident. Beyond physical mobility, the U.S. military is leveraging cutting-edge technology to detect and deter potential threats. Advanced radar systems, artificial intelligence-driven threat analysis, and cyber capabilities all contribute to an early warning network that makes another Pearl Harbor-style attack far less likely. America learned a painful lesson on December 7, 1941. But today, the U.S. military is ensuring that history does not repeat itself. Through Agile Combat Employment, forward arming and refueling points, and advanced intelligence capabilities, the nation is strengthening its defenses against any future surprise attack. In the ever-changing landscape of global security, staying one step ahead is the key to survival. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more military analysis and strategy breakdowns, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.